Hi, everyone. Welcome to week 4. This is our more than halfway point in the class, and I'm very excited to start on our next topics. This week, we're going to be talking about the causes of positive and negative behavior. So this week, I'm going to ask that you continue to read in your textbook, this time chapter 9, the fundamental causes of positive and negative behavior. And then I also have some videos for you to watch: a TED Talk about child temperament, about another video about challenging behaviors in young children, a video about kindergarten classroom management tips for positive consequences, and then finally a brief video about integrating technology into a preschool classroom. I've been hearing a lot about technology and using it in classroom management, and this video really has a lot of great information. So this week we have 3 assignments. There is a discussion. For the discussion, I want you to really think about what temperament it is. So define temperament. What is it? And then reflect on your own temperament and the temperament of a young child you know. And then really unpack how your temperament and their temperament influence how both of you interact with the world. And then think about a few questions you have for your peers as part of this conversation. Remember, post early in the week when you can. This gives us a time to have that nice, rich back and forth conversation. And please do any additional research that you would like to do about temperament and include it in your post. And then we have 2 short assignments. We have one on bullying that I'd like you to find 3 articles or videos on bullying as they relate to early childhood education. Summarize the articles and the videos, and then think about, as a teacher, what techniques could you integrate into a classroom to help children understand what bullying is? And then how could you use some techniques to actually prevent bullying behaviors in your classroom? So that would be your first assignment. Make sure you take a look at the rubric. Make sure you're not missing any components of the assignment. And then our final assignment this week is going to be planning for better behavior. So I want you to think about a specific child and a negative behavior that they either have or could demonstrate. So this can be a real child that you're working with. It could be your own child or a fictional child that you make up. Just make sure if you use a real child, you use a pseudonym or their initials, not their real name, to protect their privacy and for confidentiality purposes. Then I want you to describe the behavior. What do you actually see? What is the observable behavior? So for example, if a child comes in, puts his head down on the desk, the observable behavior is the child putting their head down on the desk, not the child walked in and seemed sad. So think about the difference between what you actually see and what you are interpreting it to mean. So we really want you to describe the behaviors in detail, the actual observable behaviors. And then after you observe behaviors, then step back and do an analysis of what you think the function of the behavior may be. Why do you think the child is behaving like that? So in that instance, it could have been the child was tired. It could have been lots of things. Frequently, we find patterns of behavior looking for either attention or patterns of behavior looking to avoid something that's difficult. So that's what you're going to reflect on, those patterns of behavior. And after you've looked at the observable behavior, then coming to some conclusions about what you think the behavior is. And then once you can come up with what the function of the behavior is, develop a plan of positive interventions to get that child's needs met, and to do it in a more positive way. So don't forget to think about your actions in the classroom as an adult, and also how you set up the classroom environment. So I hope that makes sense to you. If not, you can always reach out and I'll do my best to explain it to you. Make sure that you always look at the rubric. As I have told you, assignments are all due on time unless you've made a prior arrangement with me ahead of time, not the night the assignment is due, unless there's a dire emergency. Also, in week 6, remember, there are no late assignments. So if you do have late assignments and you have 1 week to turn them in, so let's say you missed week 4, you have week 4's assignments you'll have to the end of week 5, but there is a 10% per day penalty. In week 6, that is not the case. You have to hand all your assignments in by the end of week 6. So I'm looking forward again to participating in our discussions and to reviewing all of your writing, and I can't wait to see what you have to say about these topics. Take care and have a great week 4.